Sometimes, a single performance changes everything, and this was one of those moments. You get a performance like Abi Carter's. Her heartfelt rendition of What Was I Made For from the Barbie soundtrack didn't just move the judges, it moved the world. Some called it the best audition in American Idol history. Others couldn't stop watching, and many were left in tears, speechless, overwhelmed by her voice and story. This moment wasn't just a performance, it felt like the beginning of a legacy. So stay with us as we dive deep into what fans across the world are saying about Abi Carter and why so many believe this wasn't an audition. It was a coronation. Before we continue, let us know in the comments. Was this the moment you picked your American Idol winner? Let's start with the foundation of Abi's journey, her roots. People who knew her before the stage lights and cameras flooded the comments, sharing how Abi used to sing her heart out at local village fests and market nights to small crowds of 12 to 50 people, week after week, rain or shine. One fan said they made all their friends stop and listen to her every time they passed by. And now, to see her shine like this feels like a full circle moment. And when she sang, you didn't just hear the song, you felt it. One person said watching Abi was like forgetting the world's chaos for a few minutes and being completely lost in magic. Another said her voice could melt the ice in the Arctic Ocean. From the first note on the piano to the final breath of the song, her performance was called mesmerizing, flawless, and even transcendent. Abi didn't just sing the song, she lived it. The cry in her voice, the effortless transitions between chest and head voice, the delicate runs. They weren't just techniques, they were stories, emotions. Some fans even said her version was better than the original, a rare feat when covering such an iconic song. But what really struck a chord was her family. Their support turned this audition into something bigger than music. Her brother's voice cracking as he said, "My sister is talented, man," brought many to tears. Viewers noticed how her siblings ran to her, not the judges, and how their mother quietly cried as her daughter realized a lifelong dream. It wasn't just Abi's talent on display, it was the love, the upbringing, and the quiet strength of a humble family shining through. One person summed it up perfectly. That family was raised right. Even the judges couldn't hide their awe. Luke's stunned facial expressions, Katie's emotional reaction, and the simple fact that the crew applauded, something viewers say is incredibly rare, showed just how powerful this moment was. One fan wrote, "That wasn't an audition, that was the beginning of a world tour." And then came the flood of predictions. Many believe we've already seen the winner of American Idol 2024. One fan said, "Show's over. We have a winner." Another insisted this audition will be watched for years to come. You can coach great singers, someone noted, but you can't coach what Abi has. There's a depth to her voice, a maturity in her delivery, and a connection to the music that feels truly rare. Some are calling on record labels to sign her immediately. Others are begging for a studio version of her cover. One viewer said they would buy her album right now, and they're not alone. There's a hunger to hear more, to experience more of the emotion, the tenderness, and the raw beauty she brought to the stage. But above all, what fans appreciated most wasn't just the voice. It was her humility, her quiet strength, her pure heart. She's not a polished product of the industry. She's a rare gem who's been slowly, steadily preparing for this moment. And when it finally arrived, she didn't just step up, she soared. Abi Carter's performance reminded the world what music is really about. It's about connection, about feeling, about truth. And in a time when so much feels artificial and manufactured, Abi's voice came through like a breath of fresh air. Angelic, emotional, and unforgettable. Whether it was the raw vocals, the heartfelt piano, or the unshakable support of her loving family, everything about this moment was pure. One viewer captured it best. You don't watch Abi perform, you feel it. So now we ask you, what was Abi made for? If you ask the thousands of people who watched, cried, and rewound this performance over and over again, the answer's clear. She was made for this. Let us know, do you think Abi is the next American Idol? What moved you the most about her performance? And if you felt the magic too, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, because this is just the beginning for Abi Carter, and we'll be right here watching her soar.